Hey everybody, my name's Sierra Johnston, and today I'm going to share with you the evolution of chameleons. So, the evolution of the chameleon. So, to introduce chameleons to you a little bit, it's the family Chameleonidae, and there's over 150 species known in this family. Their size can range from the end of a matchstick, as you can see here in this picture, to the length of your forearm, which is a pretty big difference. The habitat they can live in can range from the desert to the rainforest to the coast or even to the grassland. So they're pretty versatile. The family Chameleonidae. And then this is a picture with all the genera. So it shows Bradypodion, which is what a lot of studies are done on, Cameleo, Fucifer, etc. of chameleons that fall within this family. Where do chameleons live? They live in Africa and Madagascar for the most part, but they also live in the Middle East and Sri Lanka. So Sri Lanka is this little tiny island over here. And chameleons change color by their color changing mechanisms of chromatophores. And this control is developed at around 5 months old. Chromatophores are individual to each species. So one species may be much more colorful than another because they have different chromatophores. And chromatophores also differ between male and female chameleons, with females being more dull than male chameleons. And why can they change color? For hunting, so they camouflage so that their prey doesn't see them. For fighting, which is usually male to male fighting over territory. To camouflage, which is key in hunting, but also in hiding from those that want to eat them. Courting, so male to female courting males will turn brightly colored. And then also communication would be to tell a male chameleon to either go away if the female doesn't want to be courted, or for males to tell each other to get out of each other's territory. Chromatophores in chameleons are also capable of showing color in UV lighting, which chameleons and other animals can see, and chameleons can also see in normal colors as well. So here's a video of a chameleon changing color. So you can see as he passes over into the grass, he'll change color very quickly. This is to blend in with his environment a bit more. And so in that case, he was walking on the ground. But for the most part, chameleons live an arboreal lifestyle, and this makes them live almost completely off the ground. Because of this, there's a modification of limbs. They can walk on branches much smaller than their own bodies, as you can see in this picture with the skeleton and also with the chameleon. So that these branches are much smaller, and in theory they shouldn't be able to walk on them, but because of how their feet and wrists have evolved in their limbs, they're able to do this. So the evolution of their autopodials, which are their wrists and their feet, is key in their lifestyle in the trees and in bushes. And you can see how their feet are a little bit different than most lizards. They look like they only have 2 toes, while other lizards look like they have 5. They also have this prehensile tail. Most lizards have tails, but chameleons have a prehensile tail like a monkey would, so they can use it to grab onto things. And then here's their feet. So their feet are actually bundled in 2 and 4 toes. So they do have 5 toes, just looks like 2. And it's kind of in the shape of a thumb and forefinger and is used like them as well. So you can kind of pinch things or grab around things. And then they're in this V shape because they're, again, bundled. And then their feet versus other lizards' feet. So they both have 5 toes. However, due to their arboreal lifestyle, chameleons have evolved the bundled toes so that they're capable of walking on those small branches, whereas other lizards aren't living in trees. They're mostly living on the ground, and they don't walk out on limbs, so they still have their toes separated. Another thing that has evolved due to where chameleons live is their skull size, and this is due to the size and hardness of their prey. So if a chameleon lives in an area where the prey is both harder and larger, their skull is going to be bigger. And this is part of both sexual selection and natural selection because they want to, of course, live. So to live, they need to evolve and be able to eat the food that's in their area. And sexual selection because females want a male with a larger head so that her offspring will have larger heads and be able to survive. So some mating rituals that go on between chameleons, male to female, of course. And one of the reasons that a female will travel to the ground is to lay eggs. But when males approach a female, usually they turn dark gray, like in these pictures, and they sway back and forth for the most part if they don't want to be mated with. And another kind of mating ritual is territory fights between males. A male with better territory will get more females. And when males fight with each other, they use those chromatophores to fight with each other, not fight, but kind of intimidate each other. One has brighter colors or puff up a little larger. And I'm going to show you a video. So in the video, right here, the chameleon is pretty calm. His colors are what they would normally be. And as he puts the chameleon to the mirror, you will see we change his colors, start to display a little bit because he thinks he's seeing another male. So he does the curling and uncurling of his prehensile tail to show off. He also kind of shows himself sideways and puffs himself up so he looks bigger. And then with color displays, the dots on the side of his body got significantly darker, while underneath those spots, it's getting a little brighter, more yellowy. He also has kind of a sac under his mouth that he's filled up with air, make himself look very impressive. And to conclude with this presentation of the evolution of chameleons, they have evolved mostly because of their arboreal lifestyle. This has led to a modification in the body of the chameleon with its feet and its wrists and its arms, also with the prehensile tail, like other lizards do not have. However, an inadequate amount of studies have been done on them, so we need more studies to be done for us to understand these creatures to a better level. That's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this.